Okay, this is Dog Welder 9. I'm in here in the rehearsal basement of the Panic broadcast. Going to be doing a lot of interviewing, talking with these guys today. They're really cool. They like a lot of good metal, a lot of shit that I like. So I'm going to be asking some questions, and my first interview is going to be Mike J. What's up, Mike? Tell me about yourself.
How's it going, man?
How you couldn't show up last night? Now you now you're at a loss for words. Don't let the pressure get to you.
You play drums?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I knew I did something. I just
plays
couldn't
plays
remember what it
drums.
was. Something. It's like a chimpanzee with a bunch of pots and pans in front of him.
Tell me about some of your influences, man.
It's deep, isn't it?
You wanna go somewhere where it's not so loud? Because this fucking guy over here.
This is only gonna be a few minutes. We can go back and forth all day. Just tell me who your fucking influences.
Kiss definitely started it all. Like, I wouldn't be listening to rock and roll if it wasn't for like Ace Frehley.
I hear you.
When I was playing bass, Steve Harris was like the guy, like, that I wanted to be that fucking guy. So spent a lot of time learning Maiden songs and shit on the bass, and then moved here to Virginia. And a couple guys across the street from me needed a drummer, and I kind of knew a little bit how to play, and it pretty much just took off from there. And now I just dictate all my time towards playing fucking drums, I guess. We're trying to, anyway, keeping a fucking beat.
And it should be that way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm no virtuoso, man. I just like to play for me. It's fun, you know. But, shit, that's all I want out of life, man. I just want to play, have a good time. Even though we live in this fucking cesspool of a world, you want to have a good That's
time.
An understatement, and it's funny that you mention that because this guy's over here rubbing his fucking nipples while I'm trying to be all serious and shit.
Ah, I like that.
I don't fucking encourage it. That's Smith.
Are you into Purple Nurples?
I love them.
All right, so we know later we're gonna have to hit him up with some Purple Nurples.
Yeah. Give me a couple more of these on fucking Nurples nipples.
Couple more influences. After Kiss, after Maiden, Priest, who else?
Charlie Benante, Anthrax. Keith Moon from The Who. Obviously Neil Peart. You know, that goes without saying. There's a band when I was growing up that was really big at the time. And this is when I was still playing bass, but I kind of saw this dude play drums. I was like, I want to be a fucking drummer. But good friends with his cousin. We used to skateboard together. A guy named Francis Mark from On to Ashes. Really sick fucking drummer. Obviously Clive and Nico McBrain. Peter Criss. They're gonna go play PUBG now while they should be fucking paying
Dave
attention.
Lombardo.
Yeah, dude.
Come on, you got to throw Lombardo, dude. If you know what to
I'm
do.
just gonna say, jazz fusion is not fucking easy to play. And
No, like every time I saw Slayer, like halfway through the set, he looked like he was gonna die because he drums so fucking fast to those songs.
shit, every freaking song is fucking fast. I mean, with the exception of like, you know, Dead Skin Mask or you know, Skeletons of Society, something like that. Yeah, I always like every time I saw him, I was like, this guy's wrist is not gonna fucking fall off or anything. You know? But, very impressive, man. There's a lot, man. I mean, there's so fucking many of them. Gar Samuelson, the first two Megadeth albums, Nick Menza, Mike Portnoy, Dream Theater. That's like way too fucking technical for me. I like to listen to it. There ain't no fucking way I'm playing a 20-minute song.
I hear you, man.
Maybe somewhere down the road, but for now, you know, I'm happy with what the fuck we're doing. Tickles my nipples.
How badly do you want to be a fucking rock star, man?
I wouldn't say rock star. I just want to play. If I could just play for the rest of my life, I'd be happy with it. I don't care if I.
What about the fringe benefits like raping and pillaging?
That's this guy's category. I mean, he's more like strapping on a suicide vest and fucking a goat, but still. Yeah, man. If I could just play for the rest of my life, whether that means full time or, you know, just on the side, that's good enough for me. Because the only time I feel really at peace is when I'm either listening to music or playing music.
I hear you on that, man.
I think when you're playing it, it does something different for you, though. You know, especially like we don't do a lot of covers. We've screwed around with the idea before, and we can do it. We probably will somewhere down the line. But when we're in the process of writing something new, it definitely gets frustrating because we all have different ideas of certain time signatures we want to try and what might sound better, what might sound worse, and it's got to be like a kind of like a group situation. It's got to be a democracy. because if one person dictates, it very rarely fucking works. Everybody's got to have equal say. But
so there's no Dave Mustaines in the band, you say?
I wouldn't think so. But yeah, when we finally put it together, man, and we lay it all down and we play through it a couple times, it's just that feeling that you get. It's like putting together a jigsaw puzzle and not knowing if any of the pieces that you are using even go to that puzzle. And then when you put it together, you're like, holy shit, I was right the whole time.
Very nice.
But just the feeling of creating something out of nothing from your fucking mind and using your fucking mind powers to make something that nobody's ever heard before. I think writing your own music's way more rewarding than covering somebody else's song. But,
Definitely, without a doubt.
that's just my opinion.
One last question, I'll get back to you later. If you had to choose, which one would you rather be, deaf or blind?
Blind.
Rather be blind?
Yeah.
So you can still hear the tunes?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I couldn't think of, living without hearing music. Like, that would be like Rick Allen if he lost his other arm. I mean, look, he could. I know it sounds harsh. I know it sounds harsh, but the guy, I have the most. I admire the fucking dude for not stopping. I mean, that motherfucker pretty much beat the odds. He's like, I got one arm and I play drums.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's got special pedals and shit that compensate for, certain things that he can't do.
And that had to be hard learning all that. I mean, all of a
shit,
sudden
yeah,
now
man.
you're down to one arm,
See, I'm not the biggest Def Leppard fan, but that doesn't mean I don't like it.
Def Leppard
You know,
sucks.
Well, we do agree that first album is pretty good.
Yeah.
On Through the
On
Night.
Through the Night was fucking sick.
Have you ever heard On Through the Night? That's a good album.
And you never hear anything about it.
I like all of Def.
That's cool, dude. I mean, that's the fucking NWO VHM. That's that British heavy metal scene.
Yeah.
Personally, I find English bands are more refined than American bands. There's just something about the technique and the showmanship and just the writing in general that it's like you sit down, you listen to any fucking Priest song from 1976, and you're like, holy shit! Like they were way ahead of their time, man.
I agree.
Way ahead of their time.
All right. Now moving over to the bass player. This guy, what's this guy's name?
I'm Nick,
Hi, Nick, what's
the
up?
bass player. I'm the crazy man of the group. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Okay, so let's start with influences. Who made you pick up the bass?
Actually, it wasn't even anybody famous at all. It was actually a buddy of mine, Jody. He actually played bass in school. I loved what he could do with the jazz bass, and I loved it ever since. And then I started listening to people like Flea and Geddy Lee and Steve Harris and all them guys, and that was it. And actually, I mean, I've only been playing bass the last 3 years now. Before then, I was a drummer, guitarist. I do it all. I love it all. So many influences of different bands, different genres.
How long you been playing?
All together, about 12 years altogether.
You're pretty young. How old are you?
I'm 30.
Yeah. Fucking lucky, dude.
Pretty old,
No, yeah,
but I love it.
you have yet to see when you're really old.
That's right. But
Getting it up is just a fucking dream.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Hey, man.
And a wet dream.
They got magical advances in modern science.
fucking
That
right.
shit now.
Blue Chew.
Yeah. But there's nothing else I'd rather be doing. Like he kind of said too. I mean, I could care less if I ever made money doing this.
Right.
As long as I can play in front of people and make a living doing it, I could care less. That's what it's all about. It's about the show. It's about the music.
Right on, bro.
And that's all there is to it.
Fun, man.
I
fun.
enjoy every bit of it. The brotherhood with the other musicians, the music that we make, everything. It all makes it worth it. Every bit of it. Every penny spent, every countless hour down here sweating profusely. I mean, it's worth every bit of it. Every bit of it. And we love everything.
So if you had to go back to 1983, who would you bang, Cyndi Lauper or Madonna?
Wow.
Oh, that's a rough one, huh?
I got one better, but let him answer first.
I don't know. I'd probably go Madonna.
I
Probably
go
go
back
Madonna.
to the 60s. And
You're gonna go back to
Grace
the
Slick.
60s.
Going back to the 60s to who?
Grace Slick.
Grace Slick.
Yeah. She wasn't too bad looking back then,
She wasn't
man.
too bad looking.
She looked like she could. Nah, I'm done there. I'm not gonna say anything.
And got one thing, I like Lita Ford, but she's a bit chubby, which is okay.
Oh, I'll take it. Hey, if you ain't two something, you ain't worth nothing.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. We will be back later.